Okay, we are live on YouTube. Plugging into LinkedIn now. Live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? It is your girl Rose with the Spotlight DMV. I know y'all aren't used to seeing me this much, but let me tell you, it's a whole bunch of events popping off in the DMV area. Y'all thought it was about to slow down for fall. It sounds like it's about to heat up. And so I am so excited today to welcome you to Behind the Event with the Spotlight DMV. And tonight we're giving you an inside look at one of the most talked about events coming to Washington, D.C., the Mad Love Tour happening this Saturday, September 13th. I am joined by three amazing guests, Jamie and Erana Tyler from Love and Marriage DC, a couple we've watched, rooted for, and learned from, and the connector behind so many unforgettable experiences, Josey Ortiz, host of What's Next with Josey. Welcome to the Spotlight DMV.
Hello there.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
I am so excited to have y'all here and to talk about the Mad Love Tour and just talk about what's been going on with you guys. But before we jump into it, I want to play this clip for everybody. Ooh, let me take it live. One moment. Okay, here goes the clip, guys. I am so excited after seeing that clip. I've been seeing the clips all over social media. Jamie and Erana, I've been seeing y'all talk about it as well. So let's get right into it. The Mad Love Tour. Tell us what the tour is all about and how you two became involved in it.
Well, the Mad Love Tour is about relationships. So we have three amazing couples, reality stars. So we have Bravo and OWN. So of course, Jamie and I on Love and Marriage DC, which is an OWN network. And then we have Contessa and her husband, Scott Metcalf. And then we also have, and they're on Bravo, Married to Madison. I don't want to leave that out because I love that show. And then we have Eddie and Wendy Osefo, which is they're on Real Housewives of Potomac, which is a Bravo show. So this time we're going to be interviewing the couples, Jamie and I. So normally we're always getting interviewed, and people have heard our story numerous times. So it's going to be great to dive in and hear, our guest stories that day on Saturday. So we're super excited. And of course, how we got started was Josey Ortiz. She reached out and asked us, could we, be a part of her amazing event? And of course, we said yes. And we're super excited about it.
So you guys are going to be on the other side of the couch this time with the microphone in your hands. And as you mentioned, you're going to be moderating alongside some amazing couples that have years of marriage behind them. Doctors Eddie and Wendy Osefo, they are recently celebrated their 14th year anniversary. Dr. Scott and Contessa Metcalf, they celebrated 20 years. How do you feel about sharing the stage with such accomplished relationship voices?
I think for me, I'm excited because we actually know them for personally, and we know them, prior to this event. So it's almost like you just linking up with your good friends in DC to pour into these people that's coming to hear us talk.
Yeah, we've actually connected with Scott and Contessa out of the country. We were visiting out of the country, and we met up and had dinner with them. And then they came to DC to tour the White House, and we met up with them to come out with their family, with our family, and we had a wonderful time. So like Jamie said, we've known them before bringing them to this actual event.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty cool when you can talk to your friends about their relationship and just, you know, you guys, you're the OGs on the stage because, y'all have almost 3 decades of marriage behind you. And let me tell you, folks, Raina, when I earlier was saying 28 years, she was like, oh no, baby. We're 29 years. We're about to celebrate 30 years in January. I need all of my years.
Give me all my years.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that that is something so incredible, especially in these days and times where people feel like relationships and marriages are something that are disposable. And so back in 2020, you were named Copa Style Magazine's Couple of the Year. What has been the secret sauce that's kept your bond so strong?
Secret sauce.
Well, I would say, first of all, Jamie and I started off as best friends. We were friends first. And I think that plays a huge part in a lasting marriage because we were so close.
Hold on. First of all,
we were best friends.
First of all, she ain't like.
But when we started hanging out,
I want to.
But that was when you was trying to really meet me. But when we first got connected and we started hanging out, we became very close. You shouldn't have threw me under the bus, like friends. 30 years later, you're here today.
I was back when I was sure was popping. I was still good today, so I understand that logic back then.
I'll crack it. Why you bringing up old stuff, Jamie? Why you bringing up old stuff? No, that's funny because let me tell you, I have been married for 22 years and I've known my husband since, we've known each other since 19. But on our very first, what was supposed to be our first day, he will be mad at me for telling this story. He ended up standing me up and I brought that up for a long, long time. Like some mornings I might wake up and I just be tripping and be like, I can't believe you stood me up. So I feel you, Jamie. I feel you. So reality TV, we know you from Love and Marriage, DC. And being on reality TV, your relationship is out there for everybody to see. What's the most misunderstood thing about being a TV couple?
Most misunderstood, in my opinion, I think that people get so caught up in these shows and their emotions and they don't use their common sense that is edited TV for your entertainment. And although it's following our real life, it's not scripted, we still gotta entertain the audience. Like if we sit here and have a topic to discuss and I just say, yeah, you're right, nobody's gonna watch that show. But in reality TV, they want you to have the back and forth, have a conflict or whatever, and then resolve it. They want to see how the Tylers resolve conflict or uncomfortable situations so they can relate and then, apply it in their lives. So, but in social media world and YouTube world, these people see this 45 minutes of edited footage and they make all these opinions and assumptions. And it's, for me, getting used to season one was tough because I'm not used to people, talking about me like I don't see it. And I had to learn how to stay out the comments, as she said.
Right.
But, I still see them.
Yeah, they feel like we're not being authentic. We hear a lot of people, even fans of ours, when we're out and we'll talk about some of the scenes from the show. And they say, oh, yeah, but I know that's not real, right? Or they'll say, like, how much is real and how much is fake? And I'm like, what you see is what you get. Like, when we made the decision to be on the show, we said we were going to be our authentic selves. We're going to talk about everything that's currently happening in our marriage and with our family. Because as you can see, the family was on there, how everything played out. But we wasn't going to hide anything. We don't have anything to hide. And then we also thought that the family dynamic that we had will also be great for TV and kind of like, a lot of families are going through similar things that we experience or what we're going through. especially with Jason, you know, a son with a disability. You don't see that on reality TV, but you do have
Yeah.
people who have kids with disabilities, and it really helped them, you know, giving those information about the Doors program. Jamie and my oldest son, little Jamie, the interactions that they were having and going to therapy and trying to work through those issues that they had. Everybody's experiencing. I'm not going to say everybody, but people with a middle child or with
Yeah.
kids that age in particular, they're going through those things with their parents and with their kids. So, you know, what you saw is what goes on in the Tyler's household. It was real.
Yeah, and you know, Jamie, there's something that you just said about having people, you know, talking and saying things as if you can't see it and you can't hear it and staying out of the comments. And so I was looking at an interview where you guys were going into your second season and you were talking about the difference between season one and season two, and how in season one you really tried to like portray a character, I guess I could say, like put forth your best effort and be this perfect person. And then you said going into season two, you were like, I'm an open book. I can even cry. Like I could even cry on TV, or, you know, I could be comfortable with crying. People get to see all of that. They get to see the highs, they get to see the struggles you're going through. What advice would you give to couples who want to keep their relationship healthy while under pressure?
Well, let me address that comment you said about season one. And you're spot on because season one, I was not yet retired. And I really didn't want to do this TV stuff. And she did. So I said, how can I just get through these 3 months of filming and be perfect? No issues. Because I didn't really understand reality TV at that time. And right on here, I was trying, and this one here, along my castmates, called me out and said, "You're not being yourself. You're not engaging. You're not this. You're not that." So I said, "Well, I told y'all I don't even really want to engage or bicker with y'all about stuff I don't care about." And sure enough, when I started doing it, that's the character I got. Season one, this mean, angry old man, his wife, and all you name it, whatever they were saying. And then, like you said, season two, I was retired, pension secured, and the gloves was off. I was like, let's get it. If y'all want smoke, I'm giving you smoke. If y'all want to laugh and play, we're gonna play. Other than that, you getting an open book, season 2 and 3. So that's a great observation because I definitely was intentionally trying not to, be
Yeah.
bothered with season one. And you said for people, repeat your question again.
Yeah, people that might be in relationships that are under pressure, because I can imagine all those cameras and should I bring this up? Should I not bring this up? Like you were talking about how, you know, with reality TV, they want people to see how you go through a challenge. And it sounds like you've had some growth there. So what advice would you give to other couples that are in high pressure situations?
Okay, so for me, and that's why the great thing about this panel that Josey put together, because the other couples are just like us. They're on TV and they're dealing with the high pressure of exposing their lives to millions and millions. And I'm interested to hear their take on it. I know our take and my take, but I mean, people in high pressure, I think, for me, I think we've been kind of in the limelight prior to TV. So we've always been kind of conscious of how we present in public and online and things of that nature. If you notice, we're always dressed appropriately
Yes.
for every occasion. That's intentional. She's gonna always be made up head to toe. I just left the barber shop to get presentable for you today. So that's just what the Tyler's gonna bring when you do business with the Tyler. We're gonna bring that professionalism and things of that nature. So I mean, just people who in these high stress careers and being on TV, I think just I mean, you said it, like you gotta be your authentic self. The public is gonna judge you regardless. So, you just gotta do what works for you.
And can I add too? We have a lot of people who want to be on reality TV, and we
Mhm.
really didn't have anybody that kind of like coached us and said, "Oh, well, this is going to happen. Don't do this, don't say that." Be careful what you ask for. You have to have tough skin, okay? Because, like you said, social media, you have the trolls
Yes.
who want to say things that sometimes are not true. They're going to talk about you, they're going to talk about your family. And if you're very sensitive, you're not going to be able to handle it. If your marriage is on the rocks, if you're going through issues with your marriage, don't do reality TV because it's only going to bring out everything that you're, going through in your marriage because people are picking you apart, picking your
Yeah.
family apart constantly. And that's why you see a lot of people who come on reality TV end up getting divorced because they don't have that strong marriage and they already had actually issues before coming on to reality TV. And it just brought out everything and they couldn't deal with it and handle it.
I like what you're saying there because I'm just enamored with the way that you guys communicate and the way that even Jamie is talking about how he realized what wasn't working in season one, and not even necessarily that you realized it, but sometimes when people are telling you things, you just like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna still do it how I want to do it, kind of thing, and you're not open to receiving feedback and things like that. And I've seen some of the clips where you guys were in therapy, and one in particular where the therapist said to you, Jamie, well, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Mhm.
And I feel like that question is so, so important in relationships. But let me ask you, as a man, because a lot of times our men, especially Black men, they feel like they don't have the space to be able to express and to be able to talk about their emotions and how they feel. So, what was that like being in therapy in front of thousands of people?
It was tough, but it was at the same time I was at the end of my rope of trying to deal with my son at that time. I literally told production I'm not saying another word, no more meetings, no more stuff for TV without a professional. Because at that point we were just bumping heads. It was nothing I could say, nothing he could say I wanted to hear. And I wanted somebody who was non-involved, had no skin in the game to just sit there and listen to his issues. And then hear my concern as a retired police officer,
Mhm.
50-some-year-old man who literally had a lot of tough things happen in his life that I'm trying to tell him, like, hey, I've been there, I've been down that road before, and this is where you're headed. But these kids today, they want to bump their heads, and figure it out on their own. And I just had gave up. I said, you know what? To the producer, I said, find a therapist, or we're not talking no more on TV. And I put my foot down, and he's like, all right, I got you. So I get a call saying we got a therapist. You got to sing. This day and time is where you need to be. I didn't know the guy. Never met him. And that scene was actually at least 2 hours long, but they chop it up for TV.
Right.
So we had a lot more back and forth that was great for TV, but they put out what they wanted to. But that could have been a whole episode. Us three.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you some claps for that, for advocating for your family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And it was very intentional. And
Yeah.
then you got the cast taking their shots at me about me not taking his mental health seriously. So I took that personal as well, and I just kept it going with Dr. McAllister, and then talking to Dr. Cunningham. Like I said, stuff y'all don't see. I really had to look back at myself and say, man, maybe it's me and this PTSD from that job, because I literally
Mhm.
was seeing him as one of the street dudes at that point.
Mm.
Like,
Mhm.
I didn't want to be around him. I didn't want to be bothered. It was just that it was that frustrating.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. That's really deep. Thank you for sharing that. And so when the cameras stop rolling, what does life after reality look like?
We back to normal. I mean, well, really, we're still normal when we're filming, but we just go on about our day. So if you're speaking of when we get into those arguments, what happens when the cameras go down? What do we do, Jamie?
I mean, we gonna deconflict what just happened, but we gonna move on.
Yeah, we definitely.
Because it's sometimes I'll be like, I think
It was season
specifically
one.
seasons
Season
2 and 3.
No, season 1.
Well, I'm talking about after I got comfortable, and then I was done with bickering with my wife for TV. I made it clear I'm not arguing with her no more. If I don't want to talk about it, I'm not doing it. And then she found herself trying to get scenes to make TV, and she was still my buttons on topics I really didn't care about. And I was politely trying to say, I don't care. We're not arguing about it right now for them. I know they right here in our face, but I don't care. It's not worth my energy. But she wanted to still play the producer hat. And then we'll get into it. Or like that scene I'm talking about, I took the mic off. I said, I'm done. I'm really not, because I know the beating I took season 1, that I'm beating my wife, I'm mean, I'm controlling, all that, because I'm playing the TV game. Stuff I would never even argue about. I don't even care enough to argue with her like that in real life. So once we had that little back and forth when the camera's gone, then we move on with life.
And I think also too, Jamie wasn't really a reality TV person where he would watch the shows. I always watch reality TV, so I kind of knew a little bit of something on how the scenes work and the drama that they want to see. So season 1, we were very inexperienced, of course, but I would bring up some things from 15, 20 years ago, because currently we didn't really have any drama going on in our marriage. So I was like, well, we did have it like 10 years ago. Let me bring this up. So when the cameras went down, he would say, why would you bring up something from 10 years ago? Like, we doing that now? Like, why are we talking about something that happened so long ago? I was like, well, look, it happened. Let's talk about it. It's already done now. And it just like they took that and ran with it though.
No, that's kind of funny though, because what I love, right, is that you guys have something that most couples don't have, because sometimes when I'm arguing with my boo, I'm like, I wish I had a camera so that we could rewind and you could watch and see what you said. You can see what you said. So you guys have the tape. Roll back the tape. So at least you have that piece of it.
And I was just add this, we literally have scenes that didn't make TV where we are our absolute natural selves, having fun. We say Jonah. We Jonah on each other, we want to talk trash. Same with the kids, with her mother. Like, that's what's really happening here every day. It's not a normal house of this strict dad who's a cop and I'm bossing. It's like it's five of us. Yeah, 5 of us friends. Brittany's down the street. She come over, then the whole gang is here, and that's really our authentic selves. We always it's just a good time. Josey knows she be over here.
Well, I could also tell from your social media too.
Yeah, and you know how people say, oh, the social media is only showing good things. I'm sure their marriage isn't perfect. It isn't perfect, but we really don't argue over anything serious. I mean, we've been there, done that. Now it's like if I say anything that he doesn't like, he just ignore me. I ignore him half of the time. A little bit of bickering back and forth, but it's nothing serious. We've been together so long.
And I tell you what's funny, when Josey probably first heard us have a spat, she was like, and I'm like, Josey.
And it was probably the stupidest thing.
It was something.
Well, I said, oh, they're human. They're like me because I'm not really mine. So I said, okay.
Well, so Josey, I want to bring you into the conversation because, people know you as the ultimate networking maven and social architect, and you don't just connect people, you create opportunities. And so where did that passion for bringing people together come from?
Well, I'm gonna say I think that my parents both contributed to my love for people. So let me just say that. And both my mother and father, they have a gift of when they walk in a room, they just light up a room. So I'm gonna say it started there, but I like really love people. People are like my family, and I love hard. I give hard. I show
Yeah.
up well, and I love for people sometimes just to be able to have an opportunity they wouldn't probably just likely have. So that means like how do you get that opportunity? So I like
Yeah.
putting people in a room together that you just wouldn't think you'll be in a room with, but and I like to set the tone too for people to be able to engage and talk. And it's not, you have to be uptight and be where you just keep to yourself. Like, talk to your stranger, talk to. I'm from Texas also, so in Texas, we talk to
Mm.
strangers, and we just love everything in Texas is big, so we just love, love, love. So with that being said, I love connecting people. I love connecting people, and I love people, and I don't really have a lot of enemies, I don't think. I'm gonna just say that. If I
Well,
do,
Well, I could see that because our first phone call was yesterday. We first talked yesterday, and it was like we were old friends. I was like, "Girl, I'm
mm,
just getting in the house," and she was like, "Girl, me too." And it just went from there. It's like old friends, and so this came together really well. And the Mad Love Tour, it is your vision and your brainchild. How many cities are you hitting in the tour?
the goal is the first. I'm gonna say 5 cities right now is my number. Depending on how the tour go, and if it becomes a demand, we're gonna then add more cities to the tour. But as of right now, it's just 5 cities, and the 5 cities are. I don't want to say them yet because I may switch them. But right now, I'm gonna just
Okay.
say it's a 5 city tour.
And so, what inspired this tour?
Well, I think that sometimes, I'm not an event promoter. So sometimes some cities, whenever you do something and you do one great event, you don't need to bring back what you just did. You need to shake it up a little bit.
Mm,
So with me being from Texas, of course, now living here in DC and lived in Atlanta, a market is always different in various different spaces or different places. So I wanted to bring a little bit of what we're doing here, what I've done in other cities, kind of just take it on the tour and just have it where it's a mixture. Because the Mad Love Tour, of course, have the 3 couple panelists that are going to come together, but I also have entertainment wrapped up in there as well.
yeah.
So I like being able to bring people together where they have a good time, but they're also entertained. But you also have a takeaway, which is, of course, in this case, the panelists coming and sharing their stories, how they got to where they were, or how they got to where they are, should I say. And they're human, although we see them on TV, and we just see them, they look great, but they're just like us. They go through the same
Yeah.
obstacles. They got a balanced family. Children are going to be children sometimes, and then of course they've all gotten to a place where they're on a power couple move. I mean, they're all successful. They're working together. They're doing business together. So sometimes people don't know how people get to certain places, and I think
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't understand. Relationships are not easy. There's going to be some tough stuff, some tough things happening, some things that may hurt you, but you got to sometimes just to understand how to get to a power couple level. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying power couple where it means wealth. I'm just saying, like, how do you get to a place where your movement complements what you're doing and allows for opportunities where y'all can work together and do things together. So I think this tour is going to bring a lot of things to people that they may have a change of heart with how they just move in their own personal lives with their relationships.
No, I absolutely love that. And like you said, you have three powerhouse couples. And so, what were the qualities that you were looking for in the couples that you're going to feature on the Mad Love Tour? Because I heard you talking about giving that definition of how you see power couple. So, what are some of those qualities?
So let me just say, first off, I guess I can still consider myself a newlywed. I recently got married about to be 2 years ago, and the love my husband and I have for me, the what can't even talk. The love my husband the love my husband has for me, it's so sweet, it's so special, it's so protective, it's so covering, and um with that, it's awesome that I was able to meet Jamie Erana some time ago, and they have a love like something that people want to have something like. And whenever you're in a relationship, you want to put yourself and your relationship
Yeah.
around people that can hopefully, not teach, but you can learn or pick up some good behavior, should I say? As a lot of people
Mhm.
don't go to counseling because they just don't. But sometimes, you can get counseled through your friendships or your relationships. So Jamie and Raina have both served for my husband and I as like, I don't want to say relationship mentors because we don't really have problems, nor have we ever really came to them about problems, but they set the example. We see how
Yeah.
they move in love, they move in love with their family, and they always cover each other as they're moving around. So with that, of course, starting with Jamie and Raina, I brought the idea to them, and of course they were game. Um, with them, me talking with them, and of course them having some suggestions or whatever, I took a little further look into each couple that was selected. And I like the fact that on reality TV, people just see either the good or the bad. They don't see how you kind of handle the bad sometime. And each
Yeah.
couple that's on this platform for the panelists, they're going to be able to share things that I think people are going to be able to see that they again have obstacles and they've overcome. And they all been married like 10 plus years. To get over 5 years, 10 years, that's big. These are
Yeah.
couples that are idolized, and again, they've had probably different things that's been said on their relationships, things they had to probably share out like publicly that they didn't probably even want to be out there, but it was out there. But yet they're still together, and they still move in love. They still move with care. And when you see them, if you follow them on social media, you see that wow, they're still doing this. So I think they're
Mhm.
going to be able to bring a reality to the actual platform of showing that TV's TV, but we have a love, we have family, we have this, and both couples, they all move. Well, not both, but all three couples. If you follow them, you see they move as a union. They move as as a unity. They're the one. Everything they do is just is together. So, I think a lot of teaching is going to come out of this. I'm learning still as I watch Jamie and Raina, watch other couples that we're friends with, and just seeing like wow. And my husband's come around. Like if you know my husband, he's special. He's very special, but he's now seeing the we're a brand, we're a team. It's not a I, it's not a you, it's a we, it's a us, it's an our. We have to talk like
Yeah.
that. And I think that with this tour, it's going to do some teaching, but it's also going to have some fun mixed in. That's where there's entertainment come in that. So
No, I absolutely love that. And Jamie and Raina, you guys should feel so special at how she spoke all these blessings over your union and how she sees you. Because I think that's important, Josie. As when I was younger in my relationship, and when we would go through things, it was kind of our belief like, now we're married, we're together, everything should be perfect. Why are we arguing? And maybe we're not meant to be together because we're arguing. And so I had to learn that all of that comes with a relationship. It's normal. You're still learning how to be with a person. Like we're not robots. We are people with feelings and emotions. And maybe today I feel like it and tomorrow I don't feel like it. And so we have to learn how to navigate all of those things and accept each other for who we are and grow together. So I love that. You will make me cancel my plans
well,
on
let me
Saturday and come
also
out.
Let me also add, Irena said it in the beginning, but her and Jamie started off as friends. And same for my
Yeah.
husband and I, we started off as friends. You can tell with, if you know Wendy and Eddie's story, they started off as friends. So did Contessa and Scott. Like, you have to understand how the relationships start. And how it starts is how, you value that. You love, the friendship part is so cool. And if you just
Yes.
remember that that person is your friend, even when it's not going your way, um, relations are going to have their ups and downs, but I'll just say that, Jamie and Raina and some other friends that we hang out with, they are really great connectors for just keeping, just good bonding, good teaching indirectly without saying it. Because my husband is a mimic. He likes to be not impressive, but if he see other men or whoever's doing whatever that's complimenting, he wants to look good. So he likes to make sure he likes to step up to the plate as well for delivering. So good relationships are always good to have in any, whether friendship or even relationship. So I think this tour is going to show and tell a lot of things as far as the company you keep and
Yeah.
just what is that love, like what's that mad love that keeps y'all together. So Jamie and Irena got a lot of love for each other. They got a lot of love for people. If you've been outside and you see them, everybody comes up to them. Irena and Jamie gives them 100% of their attention. They smile, they take the pictures, they listen, and I know they're exhausted. I know they gotta be exhausted, but they keep going. Jamie talks. Jamie, I know his mouth gotta be dry. I'm about to start carrying water close to Jamie because when he talks, Jamie will go and he'll be still. We've been walked off. We've been walked off. Jamie's still talking. So, but the love they have for each other and for the people, they're gonna definitely hit just right for this tour. So, and I'm so excited to bring them all together, from Contessa and Scott, or I'm sorry, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott, as well as Dr. Wendy and Eddie. They're gonna all complement very well together on that stage. So
And I know Jamie and Raina, even if they're tired, they always step out looking like $1,000,000. So you guys
Thank
never look tired to me. And
Oh
so
my
so Josie, without giving everything away, what can people look forward to experiencing on the 13th? We're going to have the panels, obviously. What are some of the other things that folks can look forward to?
I think that it's gonna be the energy in the room, the energy in the room, the happiness, the willingness, the easy to just talk to a I don't want to say stranger, but yeah, it's just that's just what it is, because the
Yeah.
environments I set up are it's very important for people not to stay locked in their little huddle, or don't only talk to somebody like utilize what's around you, which is people. And luckily I'm going to say that I've always attracted just good people, so I'm going to hope that good people are going to be present, and they're going to be able to network. I mean, like,
Yeah.
power is going to be in the room, and a lot of people got different things going on, that's business wise, and I know that people are going to be able to walk away with hopefully a new contact that they can do some business with.
No, I love that. And we're at a time right now where we have to
We may have to
be
come back.
open to, yes, and we got to be open to collaborating and helping
Yeah.
each other out. So I say a lot of times that you use a thing to get to the thing. And so sometimes we have these events and it looks like a party or whatever, but there's something behind that you can still get out of that vibe. Here we're learning about relationships and how to love on each other, how to be a power couple, how to make those kinds of movements. You're learning what the other people in the room are doing. And I also love that I guess it's not new anymore, but one of the performances is by Raheem DeVaughn, who is the current voice of the Quiet Storm, which
Yes.
is so befitting for this type of event where we're celebrating Black love.
Yes.
Love it. And
Yes.
so before we wrap up, I want to have a little bit of fun with a quick game with Jamie and Raina. So I'm going to throw out a scenario, and whoever the scenario is referring to, either you point to yourself or point to the other person. This is an easy one, I promise. Okay, so we're going to call it Who's More Likely To. So who is more likely to plan date night?
I would say both of us. We both. No,
Oh.
both.
Jamie said what?
Sometimes I say you want to do
When?
this.
Name them.
Jamie said it's him.
See, look, I'm just gonna give it to him. 30 years of marriage. I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm gonna let him have it. You're right, baby.
I'm talking about going to get crabs. I'm talking about a date, like movies, dinner, all that.
You're right.
You'll do the movies.
You're
but
right. Keep the peace in the household. That's what you have to do now.
So, who is more likely to be the bigger spender? I absolutely knew that. Yes. Listen, a girl has got to look good. So I knew that. And not saying that you don't look good, Jamie, but Our girl be looking very fly all the time.
What you got? What you got?
Me?
No.
No, Wes said we running neck and neck, probably, huh?
Oh, yeah, 1-1 right now. All right, this is a good one. Who's more likely to give in after an argument?
Me.
Well, so back in the day, definitely her, but now it's probably neutral. I would say we both kind of like,
Yeah, we just.
it's over with.
But believe it or not, well, he's a Taurus, a stubborn Taurus. So of course, we've had our days where we would go a week.
Oh my gosh.
And I have to really be like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna give in because I'm the one always giving in. So I try to meet him halfway at least, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give in because I can't do this no longer. So, but he can go. That was way back then. Like,
no, that's hilarious. It'd be like a month later, and Jamie still ain't said nothing.
We'd have been to bed mad numerous times.
Okay, so what is that? 3-1, something like that. So the last one, who is more likely to make the other laugh at the wrong moment? I can see that. Be cutting up. But I love that. I love the little inside jokes. Like you just look at each other and it's like, oh my gosh, do not look at me because I'm a laugh.
I've seen so much negativity from my career that the average thing to me not that serious. So I'm gonna always be like, you tripping off that? Like, and I'm gonna poke fun at it. Because I've seen the worst of the worst and stuff that might bother her. I'm like, ain't nothing.
That's a wonderful POV, especially for somebody that has been a police officer. How long were you a police officer? 25 years.
In 1 week.
25 years in 1 week. High stress job, high pressure job. So yes, I love that you have that outlook now on life. And so I really appreciate the three of you for joining me here today. And guys, this Saturday, September 13th, it all comes together. The Mad Love Tour in Washington, D.C. A night of real conversations, powerhouse couples, and unforgettable performances. Jamie, Raina, Josey, thank you for joining me. Oh, before we go, how do folks get tickets? Oh, yes, go ahead.
For that, please understand this is not a couples only event. I want your audience to understand it's gonna be fun. Bring singles, couples, friends, the homies, whatever it is. Come out, fellas. If you mingling, it's gonna be single women. All of the above. Come join us. We're gonna take pictures with everybody who got the VIP. We're gonna talk. We're gonna hug, and we're gonna fellowship.
And I have some single women coming. So come on, guys, show up.
Got a lot of single women coming also. Yep.
No, I think that's important. Thank you for saying that because that's the thing too. Sometimes we have to learn how to be a good partner while we're single. You can't wait until you get into the relationship, especially when you're older. But I'll leave that there.
Boys saying, "Well, what did I do wrong?" So they're here to get some advice and tips on the next marriage.
Exactly. on number 2. And so Josey, can you tell us how or 3?
Well, I'm gonna say, of course, tickets are limited. So go ahead, go to madlovetour.com. That's madlovetour.com. Get your tickets, bring a friend, bring a date, just come, bring your mama. Just come on out. Come on out. Mad Love Tour, that's madlovetour.com.
So I'll make sure to link everything so you guys can find it easily. Thank you again for joining me. And this has been Behind the Event with the Spotlight DMV. See y'all on Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.